Sure to Cook.
Welcome back to another episode of Be Sure to Cook. I'm going to make something that is so classic for any ball game, football, any type of sports that you all like getting around and watching. I'm going to make chili sauce for hot dogs. So stay tuned and let's do this. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to cut a couple of these slices of onion in like a little round. And usually you can have these mince or whatever. So I'm just going to cut these really small. In the meantime, we're also going to be using a pepper. So we're going to cut these seeds out of these peppers. We don't want those seeds at all. Now, let's get our seasons that we're going to be using. Okay, half teaspoon of white pepper, half teaspoon of salt. You can use any salt. It's a sea salt. I'm going to use a half teaspoon of cumin. And make sure that is, if you want to level that off, all you have to do is take your hand and press that, level that off. Half teaspoon of dry mustard, which I can't even get in here to get my dry mustard. So let me open up this top here, close this, and then let me get a half teaspoon of this. And this is just dry mustard. Okay. Half teaspoon of that. Okay. I'm also going to do a tablespoon of garlic powder. I just happen to like garlic powder. And then I'm going to use half teaspoon of onion salt. Not salt, onion powder. Because we already used salt, so we don't need to use onion salt. And then we're going to use, of course, a whole tablespoon of the Mrs. Dash blend that's got better flavors. And then we're going to use a half teaspoon of Old Bay, a half tablespoon of Old Bay. So we got pretty much all of our seasons that we're going to be using. We're going to mix all of this up. And this is what we're going to be putting into our meat when we get ready to cook it. So I'm just going to mix it up. But something else we're going to be using, we're going to need some chili powder that we're going to be mixing up. And we're going to use about a whole tablespoon of chili powder. You can use any type of chili powder that you like. Okay, before we start doing our meat, we want a recap of everything that we need. We have 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Don't forget we had our minced onion. We have a teaspoon of fresh chopped garlic. We also have our peppers that we cut and we minced. We have a cup of water. And I have 1/3 cup of pepper juice that I got with my ground seasonings. So let's put it together. Okay, I'm using ground beef. I'm using a pound of ground beef because I'm just making some chili sauce. So let's go use the best. So let's take this over. Okay, I got a medium pan here, and I had in my medium, I'm just gonna dump this burger meat into my medium pan here. And the next thing I'm going to be adding, I'm going to chop this up. And I got it on a medium. I'm going to turn it down to a medium low. Because I want to chop this meat up as fine as I can get it. I don't want big chunks of meat when I'm making this dish. Because nobody wants to have a bowl of chili on their hot dog. And I like to have mine where the hamburger is like really fine minced. Okay, so I got that in there, and this is I had it on medium high. So what I'm going to do is those seasonings that I had, I'm just going to add all of this together, sprinkling it down around here, and I am going to mix all of this inside my meat. Mixing and smashing it and making sure it gets all in there. That garlic, that 1 teaspoon of fresh chopped garlic, I'm going to put that in the middle of this. All right. I also am going to add those wonderful onions in here also. It's just more like drop, put in, drop, put, because you want everything to get mixed and you got to see that mixed up really good, and you want it to get in there. And you want to keep stirring because you want all those seasonings. And then there goes the pepper. I want that to start cooking right in there right away. Give it some good flavors in there. Okay. And then there's go that pepper. We want that in there. Look at that. And then we're going to start adding our water. And we're going to add our... I'm just cooking and stirring, guys. Okay, see how it's getting? See how that's getting? It's getting just like I want it. Okay, now I'm putting that. Now I'm putting that tomato paste, that 2 tablespoons, in there. And I'm just going to stir this up. Get that in there, that tomato paste. You can put that tomato paste in there the first time if you want. You can put it in there. I mean, it's all going to go in together. Put it in how you want it. If you want, okay? Now, two tablespoons of chili powder in there. And I'm going to let that stir around. I'm going to add a little bit of this water, and I'm going to just let it cook. I'm going to add a pinch of sugar in here, and I'm going to let this cook. I've got, ready? Okay, I've got that 1 cup of water. I'm going to put half of that in here, because I'm going to let this just simmer and cook. And we want this to cook for at least about 30 minutes. So I want this to cook and get all the flavors into here. Okay, so now that that's cooking, I'm going to add another tablespoon. I'm going to end up using this whole pack of chili mix. I mean, Bloomer's chili powder. But you can get any kind of chili powder. I'm using a little pack. It comes in a little red pack like this. And I'm slowly putting it in there. Every 5 or 10 minutes when it's bubbling, I go back and I put another teaspoon until this whole pack is incorporated in there. And now I'm using the rest of that water that I have. And I'm just going to let this reduce and cook down. On slow and low now. I'm turning it down on slow and low. And you can tell that it's looking like chili sauce. And I'm just going to let this cook and let that meat just cook and get done and just simmer on a low, slow simmer. Okay, I've been stirring this chili over and over and over. You know, I stir it up every 2 to 3 minutes, you know, because it all comes up to a nice little boil. So I keep stirring it. And look at that, guys. Look at that chili. The meat is super thin. Super good, and it's then got in all of the seasons that we got. Now, when you're doing this chili, let me tell you a secret. You want to get a small spoon, and you want to just taste your chili. Taste it, see what it tastes like. If it's not right for you, add a little bit more salt. If you think it needs a little bit more cumin, add a little bit more cumin. You know, just shake a little bit more in there. Stir it up, let it cook for about 2 minutes, taste it again. You know, if it needs anything that you think it might need, you can always put in, but you can't take out. So just like shake a little bit extra and get it the way you want it. And if it tastes good to you, then it's good. If not, keep adding until it does, because it's your chili. Because whatever your friends are going to eat at your house, and if they come to eat at your house and they like your cooking, if you like it, they're going to like it. All right, I got some cheeses going on here. And this is all about cheddar. triple cheddar cheeses, all different kind of cheeses in here. These cheeses consist of Vermont white cheddar, sharp cheddar, and a mild cheddar. So you got 3 different type of cheeses. And the hot dogs of your choice, you can use any hot dog you want, or even smoked sausage. But we're going to use a good old Nathan's beef hot dog. So I'm going to cut this because it's not one of those packs that you have to seal-proof packs. But guess what? I got my own seal-proof packs. Oops. I got my good old bag. And this is a freezer bag too. So it keeps everything nice, tight, and you can also freeze these back. I'm going to go ahead and I'm thinking I'm going to do 3 of these. Because these are the jumbos. These are the jumbos. You cannot see? These are the jumbos. So I'm doing 2 cups of water with 3 jumbo hot dogs. All right. This has been cooking for at least 45 minutes. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to give it a quick stir. And I'm going to put the top on it. And I'm just going to let it chill out until our dogs are ready. But I'm going to make sure I take my spatula here. And I'm going to go around my pot, making sure I get all of the good ingredients to lay back down into my chili. And there we go. It's ready. Okay, I've got my buns together. And I have boiled my dogs. And I'm going to put these in the middle of these buns, which everybody knows how to make a hot dog. And don't forget, these are the jumbos. Jumbos come out a little bit better to me. You can taste the meat. So I'm going to discard these. And then I'm going to put my chili that we made. We did this together. In the meantime, I'm going to take a couple of these pickle spurs. So for guests, you can make a bunch of these actually and have them all nice and ready for your guests to come in and just grab a hot dog or grab a chili dog or however you have it going. I'm going to put that. We got chips over here. And then we're going to slide those onions in somewhere over here. You know, there you go. A little vein of onions for your guests. Or for just you. This is that chili that we made. Just stirring that chili up. What we're going to do is we're just going to get a nice spoonful of this. And we're just going to lay that chili right on that hot dog. Oh my God, look at that. If that ain't the best homemade chili dog you've ever had, it will be. And there you go. And then we're going to just lay some shredded cheese on all of these. I like that shredded cheese. I mean, for people who don't want the cheese, you can opt out on it. For people who don't want the onions, you can also opt out on it. There you go. Here it is. Chili dogs. Homemade chili sauce. And with your favorite hot dogs, with a side of chips and all your little fixings that you want. You know what? Guess what? We made this. You and me. We did this together. We did this on Be Sure to Cook. And that's right. Always be sure to cook. Hey, please like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Come back next time so we can make even more fun dishes. See you next time. Bye.